December Claims Committee meeting to in order. Clerk, if you could, please take the roll.
Councilman Donegan,
Present.
Councilman Riley, Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Present.
Councilwoman Jermaine, Council Vice President Ferry,
Present.
Council President Paplaskas.
Here.
I'll enter the minutes were dispersed earlier in the week. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in, seeing any discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. There are no committee matters carried over at this time. We will entertain any public hearing from the public in attendance.
It's on green. My name is Roland Goslin. I've been an employee of the city for 27 years. Oh. My name is Roland Goslin. I've been an employee of the city for 27 years. I've been assigned to the station behind City Hall for 18 of them. I just recently moved. This past summer, my car was damaged by someone in the neighborhood that came through the lot. Nobody knows why he did it. Keyed a bunch of cars and left damage on my car and another person's car that's on the claims committee tonight. I came here to speak on my behalf and Bob's behalf, actually, but he's not here to hear this. But this has been an ongoing problem over the years. The 27 years, we've had 2 cars stolen, one from this lot from our own firemen, and one in Edgewood. We've had homeless people sleeping in the vehicles at the 4s. That have, their cars have been left unlocked and wake up and there's been a homeless person sleeping in their car. It's an ongoing battle. I get the sentiment that, you know, I'm a person that parks my car out here. It's like parking your car anywhere else. It could get damaged anywhere else. But I'm on duty, being paid by the city to work. I can't watch my car 24/7, nor can you in any public parking spot. This lot is being used as a public parking spot for the cinema. I'm under the understanding now that it's being used for parking for the cinema. So now we're going to have people from out of state parking in this lot. Our cars are sitting out there to anybody, whether they get their windows smashed or scratched or keyed or whatever. Something needs to be done. I'm looking for my reimbursement for the money I put out to fix my car. That's the main reason I'm here. But I'm also looking down the road that they need to secure this lot, and the lots around the city. It's for us. You look at Providence, every fire station has a fenced in area. The police department has a fenced in area. Their cars are in there. I don't want to hear that it's hard to plow. The police department does it. They plow their lot. So why can't we do it? And I'm under the understanding that city workers have had their cars damaged out here in this lot. So secure an area out here for the city and the fire department and whoever works here for the city, the teachers, to put their cars in, and the kids can park outside that fenced in area. That way at night when I go on runs or I'm in the station or any of my other coworkers, they won't have to worry about my car being damaged. It's not fair to me. I'm doing my due diligence coming to work, you know, and I just want to see that paid forward. I don't know if that can be accomplished. I know everything's $1, but like I said, I wanted to come and speak on my behalf. I think there's a form attached to my material. My particular incident was caught on video. There's a police report that's been filed. I don't know if you have all that with you. So little unique, we caught the guy. I don't know what the city did with him. They took him to court, but he's since moved. He's not there anymore. So now the chase is on. And I don't think I should be out of pocket for the money, nor should the other gentleman that had his car keyed from our job while we're working. We're doing our due diligence to provide protection for the city. I'm just looking for that to be reimbursed. That's all I have. I appreciate.
Thank you. And for the record, can you just repeat your name and address?
Roland Goslin. I live at 20 Nestor Street in West Warwick.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone online?
No public comment.
At this time, we'll close public comment and I will entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We'll head on into executive session. In a motion to seal the minutes of executive session.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Seeing no business, other business before us this evening, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Evening, everyone. It's Thursday, December 8th. I'd like to call the Public Works Committee meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Present.
Council Capiano,
Present.
Council Riley,
Here.
Councilwoman Vargas, Councilwoman Anzuli,
Present.
Councilwoman Marino,
Present.
Council President Paplaskas.
Present.
Do I have a motion, please, to approve the previous minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk, any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Council Capiano,
Yes.
Council Riley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Anzuli,
Yes.
Councilwoman Marino,
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
Okay, seeing that no one from the administration is here or neither Councilwoman Jermaine, I would at this time move the first matter under committee business matters carried over. We'll continue it to next month. Okay. Next, I'd like to open public hearings. I see that no one's here to hear, So we will close public hearings at this time. Next matter on the agenda was Councilwoman Vargas. And I do believe that Councilwoman Marino was going to take care of this, or?
I spoke with Councilwoman Vargas, because we both had this topic on the full city council meeting in November. Because she's not here this evening and she's waiting on some additional information from the administration, we will continue this to next month's Public Works.
Okay, Rose will continue that. The next matter was mine. I had a constituent that was asking me to put this on the, I told him I would as long as he came to testify. He called me today and said he couldn't come, so I want to pull this from the agenda, not continue it. Okay, the next matter, we have a request from Narragansett Electric and Verizon. Narragansett Electric. That's what they're calling themselves again? For a pole location at Pippin Orchard Road. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Riley,
No.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Councilwoman Marino,
No,
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
Next, we have a request from Narragansett Electric and Verizon for a pole location at Kingwood Avenue. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'll just say, Chair, that I see Narragansett Electric on here and Verizon. I wish it was 9X and Dimension Cable.
Just one thing, I have spoken to the engineer and he has approved all of these. So just so everyone, just a reminder. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Council Vice President Ferry.
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Riley,
No.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Councilwoman Marino,
yes,
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
Okay, we will be voting on this next matter, so we should ask the gentleman in the audience to come up, or no? Would you like to spend 3 minutes introducing what you want us to know? Need your name and address for the record?
Is the green light on the microphone?
It is now.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Leonard Bradley Jr. I'm a professional engineer with Dupree Engineering located at 2 Stafford Court, Cranston, Rhode Island. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I'm here on behalf of Colby Enterprises, who is the owner of the property that we're here to talk about tonight. The property is currently their existing, or was their business headquarters. They have moved and they basically want to redevelop this property into one of their seasons markets, gas stations that they've been renovating throughout Rhode Island and Massachusetts. There happens to be a cemetery on the property. I have with me Jay Waller from Public Archaeology Laboratory, who's done a lot of the work to support the application to do the improvements on the site. Because we're doing work within 25 feet of the limits of the cemetery, we're required to get permission from the city to do the renovations to the site, the improvements to the site. If you look at the materials that we submitted, you will see that today, as it is, as it stands, there's existing pavement and drainage infrastructure within that 25-foot offset today. And what we are proposing to do is essentially repave that area as part of the expansion or part of the renovation of the property. So that's why we're here. Jay can speak more to the archaeology piece of it. He has worked with the state and the city cemetery group and has received, and I don't want to misspoke, but have received approval or sign off to do that work. So we, our last step is to come before the city council and get your sign off so that we can proceed with the project. We've done a lot of engineering on this site today. It is with the Department of Environmental Management for a wetlands permit. And it is also with the Rhode Island Department of Transportation for a physical alteration application permit. And we have been before the city planning staff for a development plan review, and we've done a pre-application. So there's a lot of work that we've done. We still have a lot of work to do. This is one of the steps that we have. So I don't want to keep going on. If you have questions of me or of Jay, we're here. I have presentation boards I can put up on the easel if you like to describe the work in more detail. It's whatever the pleasure of the committee is at this point.
Would anyone like him to put the display boards up? All right, we'd like to hear from the other gentleman.
Sure. Jay, why don't you come on up and.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jay Waller Jr. I'm a senior archaeologist with the Public Archaeology Laboratory out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 26 Main Street. I've been an archaeologist working in the state for almost 30 years now, and I've been involved in dozens of cemetery projects, including a number here in the city of Cranston. So we were contracted by Colbert to assist them with compliance with the Cranston Historical Cemetery Ordinance, as well as the State Historic Cemetery Act. So in contract, what we did was we consulted with the senior archaeologist, Charlotte Taylor, at the Rhode Island Historical Preservation and Heritage Commission. I also reached out to John Hill, the chair of the Cranston City Historical Commission, as well as David Giat, also of the City Cemetery Commission. And we also contacted Peggy Malcolm, who's the executive director at the Rhode Island Historic Cemetery Commission. And together I organized, and we had a site visit that we conducted in April to look at the cemetery, which is actually two cemeteries that are immediately adjacent to one another that share a wall. So it's two family cemeteries, but it's more or less confined to one area. So the long and the short of it is we conducted a field review of the existing conditions, documented disturbance on all four sides of the existing stone walls that was previously disturbed. And we also tracked the history of the cemetery itself. It was established in the 1800s, in the 19th century. And until 1972 thereabouts, when 295 went in, it was surrounded by farm fields. There was nothing out there, but with the highway, or with 295, development of the area, the intersection, Plainfield Pike, as well as 295, development of the area rapidly increased. And then by late 1980s, it pretty much was at the configuration right now. The assessment and our consensus was that the cemetery, the project will not have any impact on the cemetery, on either cemetery, actually, technically, and that construction is unlikely to impact unmarked graves. So our recommendation to the state was that the plans proceed as planned. And the state, we actually have received state concurrence with our recommendations. So I will open up to you to have questions to me.
So in your professional opinion, there should be no problem if we were to approve this?
There should not be, no. Because any work that was done, there are utilities that are all around all four sides, as well as the highway itself. If there was something at one time, previous construction would have disturbed it, but we don't even believe that that's the case. We believe that the graves themselves are contained within the stone walls that are in the stone fence that surround the burial plots themselves, and they do appear to be original.
And to your knowledge, there's never been a problem when construction is going on surrounding that?
And we went through the site records and the state files. There was no evidence of human remains or recorded archaeological sites that were unearthed anywhere around that. Nearby, when I say nearby, I'm talking like a quarter of a mile, but nothing in the immediate vicinity within a stone's throw.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for? Councilwoman Marino.
Thank you. I don't want to make assumptions, so I'm just going to ask the question. With respect to the cemeteries, I know you're not going to be doing any work in the cemetery itself, but what protections are you going to place in the around the perimeter of the cemetery to ensure that, you know, someone doesn't get a piece of equipment and park it over on the grass, not realizing there are stones there? I mean, it's clear where there are stone walls that would be difficult, but I'm not sure that every area, every perimeter of the cemetery has stone walls.
Well, you can speak to if there's any measures, but yes, the entire, all the graves are surrounded by either stone walls or split rail, iron rail and concrete, granite posts.
Okay.
So all the graves are confined within an enclosure.
So as long as you're confident that the perimeter is obvious enough to, you know, machine operators and construction people, if they wouldn't disturb the property, that's fine. Yeah.
To add to what Jay said, as part of our plan preparation work that we do, we actually demarcate a limit of disturbance, which basically circumnavigates the whole site. And typically what we require the contractor to do is to put up, you know, a straw wattle or silt fence to demarcate what the limit of construction is, say that they don't go beyond that. So.
Standard best practice, yes.
Councilman Campopiano.
Do you know who maintains the cemetery now and who will be maintaining it in the future?
Generally, it's the responsibility of the property owner themselves. So
That's my experience as well, is that the, you know, property owners in some communities, the DPW, if it's not maintained, will go in there and mow it. That's what I've seen, but typically it's the families that own it and the property owners. So Colbia is a great steward, and so I'm sure they'll do what they'll do their piece to keep it clean.
Council President,
Yeah, just
Paplaskas.
I was gonna ask the question, Councilman Campopiano stole my thunder. Over the years, I get a lot of complaints, and I'm sure you all have, about historical cemeteries that are not maintained. And whenever I get off the highway on the Plainfield Pike, you know, so those cemeteries the grass is always cut, it's clean, and I've never received a phone call. So if Colbia is maintaining that and you know, paying respect and doing that, that's great. So I'm happy to hear that. And I'm also happy that the state letter says that they had no objections to the city council permitting construction. So seems like you got all your I's crossed or T's crossed and I's dotted. Thank you.
Councilwoman Benzuli.
I was just going to entertain a motion so that we could, I didn't think we had one for discussion.
Could we have a motion to approve?
That's right. Motion to approve.
Second.
Open for discussion. Is there any discussion? Does the administration want to weigh in here? The administration says that they support the developer. Okay, at this time, we'll take a vote. Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Council Vice President Ferry.
Yes.
Councilman Campiano.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzulli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Marino.
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
I guess you gentlemen are all set. Thank you for coming tonight and giving us
Thank
a
you very
little
much.
education on it. Thank you.
Have a wonderful holiday season.
Same to you. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Ordinance Committee into session. Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Riley,
Present.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Here.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Present.
Councilwoman Vargas, Councilwoman Jermaine, Councilman Campiano,
Present.
Council President Paplaskas.
Here.
At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of last month's minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Riley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
Moving on to the committee business matters carried over. We have ordinance 8-22-02, sponsored by Council President Paplaskas, motor vehicles and traffic, Tabor Street 2-hour parking. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. There's two ordinances here tonight. This one and the next one are both on Tabor Street. One is to remove the current 2-hour parking and one is to add no parking on the west side of the street. So you have to do one to accomplish the other. The second ordinance, putting the parking on the west side of the street, came from a constituent working with the traffic engineer myself. So it's been vetted through traffic engineer Mulcahy as well. So that's the gist.
Any further discussion or questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Riley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
And moving on to the second ordinance, Council President had mentioned 10-22-01. No parking between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Riley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
At this time, I will entertain public hearings. If there's anybody in chambers or on Zoom that wishes to be heard, please come forward. And if on Zoom, please raise your hand.
No public comment.
Thank you. At this time, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to the new matters before the committee. There is ordinance 11-22-01, business licenses and regulations for tobacco dealers, sponsored by myself. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Just very quickly, this is simply just to clear up something in our code. We still had the age of purchasing tobacco at age 18. The solicitor's office had moved it up to 21, and I was just trying to clear up the code.
How long was it like that?
I don't know.
Too long.
Yeah, I would assume since the state changed it and we're just getting around to it. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Riley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzulli,
Yes.
Council Vice President Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Paplaskas.
Yes.
And seeing nothing else on the docket, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.